don't like eggs at all, then you can try using aquafaba, which is the water from the boiled chickpea. Or in case you're vegan or don't like eggs, then you can use aquafaba, which is the water from the chickpea. The water from which is the water which you boil the chickpeas with. From which what?
The minerals.
Yeah. Which is the water which you cook the chickpea with. That is the water which you cook the chickpea with. When you make hummus, then just take the water. And that is the water you boil the chickpea in, and then it's full mineral. The whole or just the water?
The whole.
Okay. Again, you can try it using with chickpea, which is the water in which you cooked the chickpea. And I mastered it. Now, after making this amazing whiskey sour using professional bar tools, let's make it by using only simple kitchen equipment. Before I start making the classic whiskey sour, let me just tell you about one of its ingredients, and that is egg white, which is an ingredient in many other classic cocktail recipes, and it basically adds a nice texture, a nice creaminess to the cocktail. In case you're vegan or don't like eggs, then you can use aquafaba, which is basically the water in which chickpeas have been boiled. Let's start with the egg, and there is a small trick on how to separate the egg white from the egg yolk. So I don't know if you guys know the small Kinder eggs, surprise eggs with the toy inside. So when I was a kid, I was always taking it and checking out what kind of a toy is gonna be there. So it's pretty much the same thing, just shaking it up a bit and help the whole process. Now we crack the egg like this, and now we take the egg white and separate it into the shaker. Now I have my egg white inside of the shaker, and my tip is always start with the egg white, and then after you separate it, you can continue with the other ingredients, so there is no danger that you actually end up with egg yolk in your cocktail. Now let's continue by adding the simple syrup. Now let's add 20 ml, or roughly 3/4 of an ounce, into our shaker. Now, third ingredient, fresh lemon juice. We're gonna squeeze it straight away by using a hand press or our hands, it doesn't matter. I have my kitchen tool here, which I'm gonna use to squeeze my juice. We're gonna need 30 ml or approximately 1 ounce, which is 3/4 of my shot glass over here. Before we continue to the main part, and that is a bourbon whiskey, there is an ingredient which is actually not really into the classic cocktail recipe, but I like to add it because it makes a more aromatic, a more full-bodied whiskey sour, and that is the Angostura bitter. 2 dashes of that. As I've said, it's gonna bring those flavors of vanilla, toffee, caramel up to the front. And what is a whiskey sour without whiskey? We're gonna use bourbon for the classic recipe, and 60 ml or 2 ounces of nice bourbon. 40 and another half, 60. There you go. Because we added egg white to this cocktail, we're gonna have to apply the technique called dry shake, which is basically shaking without ice before we do the regular shake with ice. Close it up tightly, take it and shake just to incorporate the egg with the other ingredients. Now, I've shaken it without ice. Now it's time to add some fresh ice cubes straight into there. Add plenty of ice. We need to chill the cocktail, we need to mix the ingredients and add some dilution to it. Close it up again and shake number 2. Let's go, guys. Ta-da! There it is. Now it's time to take our favorite glass in our hand, fill it up with ice. Why fill it up with ice? Because in this way the dilution process is gonna be much slower. and our drink will be longer cold. Just like this, plenty of ice. And now it's time to strain our drink straight into there. I'm gonna use a fine strainer just to keep the small pieces of ice outside of the cocktail. Now it's time for my favorite part, and that is the tasting time. So let's see what we got here. Perfectly balanced. You can taste out the bourbon. The Angostura, as I've said earlier, is playing a very nice role inside of the drink, giving it nice complexity and flavor. It's sour, it's refreshing, it's aromatic, it's one of my favorite actually. Okay, so now you know how to make the perfect whiskey sour at home, just the exact same way I do it for my guests at the bar. So let me know down in the comments below, how do you like it, or maybe you would like to see some future cocktails in our channel. So let me know in the comment below, give us a like, subscribe, whatever. See you guys soon.